Hello and welcome back. So, in this section of this complete Node.js course, we learned about the basic concepts of Express.js like routing, middleware, mounting routes, etc. Now, before moving on to the next section, let's quickly revise what we have learned so far about Express.js, and let's also have a brief look at the documentation of Express.js. So we learned that Express.js is a minimalist and flexible Node.js web application framework, and it provides a simple layer of fundamental web application features without obscuring Node.js features, allowing developers to build robust APIs and web servers quickly. So Express.js, it is a lightweight Node.js framework which is easy to learn, and it offers a powerful routing system. And Express.js uses middleware-based architecture, and it is highly modular and extensible. And Express is built on top of Node.js V8 engine, which is known for its high performance and scalability. So whatever we have learned so far about Express.js, like middlewares, routings, request and response object, etc., we are going to revise it once before we move to the next section. And let's start with middlewares. So we learned that a middleware in Express.js is nothing but a function which has access to request and response object, and using a middleware we can modify the request or response object in some way, and the middleware function can call the next middleware function in the middleware chain. So for example, here we are creating a middleware function, and whenever we create a middleware function, that middleware function will have access to request object, response object, and the next function. And inside the body of the middleware function, we can write some logic which we might want to execute for each request. And in order to use a middleware function on the app object, we have the use method, and to that we can pass the middleware function which we want to use. Now this use method has two overloads. We will talk about it in a bit. But remember that a middleware is nothing but a function which has access to request and response object and the next function, and which can be used to modify the request and response object in some way and call the next middleware function in the stack. Then we also learned about routing in Express. So we learned that Express provides robust routing to define how an application responds to a client's request to a particular endpoint. And the endpoint is identified by a URL and the HTTP request method like get, post, put, delete, etc. So on the app object, we have different types of methods for handling different types of requests. So for example, if I want to handle a get request on the app object, I can call the get method, and to that method, as the first parameter, we specify the endpoint URL, and as the second parameter, we specify the route handler function. So the route handler function gets executed when a specific type of request comes to a given URL. In this case, this route handler function will be executed whenever a get request comes to the root URL. In the same way, we have created a route for handling post request on this URL on this endpoint. So whenever a post request will come to /API/users endpoint, that request will be handled by this route handler function. Then we also learned how to serve static files from our Express application. For that, on the Express object, we have a method called static, which we can call. And to that static method, we can specify the folder path, which is going to store all our static files. So for serving static assets like images, CSS files, and JavaScript files, Express provides a middleware, which is returned by the static method, and that middleware makes a folder public, and any file inside that folder can be served as a static file. So in this example, you see I'm using this express.static method, and to that method I'm passing the folder path which I want to make as public. Now you can name your folder anything. It's not mandatory that your folder name should be public. You can name your folder anything, but you need to specify the path of that folder to this static method. Then we also talked about request and response objects. We learned that whenever we receive a new request on the Express application, the first thing which the Express application does is it creates a request and response object. So the request and response objects are fundamental. The request object contains properties for the HTTP request like the query string, the request parameters, request body, request headers, etc. And the response object is used to send the response back to the client using response.send method or response.json method or response.sendFile method. So we learned about different response methods. For example, using this send method, we can send any type of response to the client. But using this JSON method, we can only send JSON response to the client. So by default, it is going to set the content type as application/JSON. And when we want to send a file in the response, we can use send file method of the response object. So whenever we receive a new request on the server, the Express application creates a request and response object. Then we also learned that we can use middlewares in our Express application, and we might want to use some of the middlewares for all the requests, like this express.json middleware, which passes the JSON request body from the request. So this type of middleware we might want to use for all types of requests, but we might also want to use some middlewares for a specific request. So when we say app.use, and to that when we directly pass a middleware function, that middleware function will execute for every single request which will come to our Express application. On the other hand, this use method also has another overload where we can specify the path on which we want to execute a specific middleware. In this example, this middleware function which we are passing as the second argument, it will be executed for only those requests which is going to come for this URL endpoint, which is going to come for /API. Okay, so this middleware function will execute only for those requests which is going to come for /API endpoint. So those middlewares for which we do not specify a path, those are called as application level middlewares. And those middlewares gets executed for every request which comes to the Express application. Finally, we also talked about mounting routes. For mounting a route, what we do is we create an instance of the router class. So we access this router class on this Express object, and it returns us a router object. On that router object, we can define some routes. So for example, let's say I'm creating and mounting routes for users endpoint. So I have created a router, a user router, and on that I have defined different endpoints for get, post, put, and delete requests. Now, in order to mount that router, what we are doing is in the app.js file, I am importing that user router. So this user router I might have created in the user controller file, and then I am importing that router here. And using this use method, I'm specifying that whatever endpoints I have specified on this user's router, I want those endpoints to be mounted for this /users path. Okay. So these are the basic concepts which we have learned about Express, and we are going to learn more concepts about Express in our coming lectures. For example, we are going to learn how we can connect our Express application to a database like MongoDB, how we can handle errors in our Express application, how to implement authentication and authorization in our Express application. So we are going to learn a lot about Express in our coming sections. But these concepts which we have learned in this section, these are the fundamental concepts of Express. And in the future lectures also, when we will implement a functionality like authentication and authorization, there also we are going to use these concepts. So these are the basic concepts related to Express.js, which you need to know in order to implement any functionality in Express application. Now, before I wrap up this lecture, I also want to show you the documentation for Express.js. So let's go to the browser, and here in the address bar, let's type expressjs.com. And here you can see the documentation for Express.js. Basically, we use Express.js for creating web applications or web APIs, and Express apps are highly performant and it uses middlewares a lot. Now, here, if you want to get started, for example, if you want to learn how you can install Express.js, you can go to this link. So, getting started and then installing. From here, you can see how you can create a project directory, how you can initialize your project directory. You can specify an entry point. For example, here the entry point is index.js. Then you need to install Express from npm. Okay, so this is the installing part. If you want to create a simple application like Hello World, after you have installed Express application, you can go to this link. So here what we are doing, we are requiring the Express after installing it. Then we are calling Express. So it is going to return us an app object, which we are assigning to this app variable. We are creating a port. And then on this app object, we are creating a route using this get method. And this route is going to handle any get request which is going to come to the root URL. And whenever a get request comes to the root URL, this route handler function will be executed and it is going to send this text response to the client. Okay, then if you want to learn about basic routings, you can go to this link. Here you can learn about different HTTP methods and how to handle them. Then if you want to learn how to serve static files, you can check out this link. Here it will show you how you can serve a static file. For that, we use the static method of express object, and to that we need to specify the folder name which we want to use as a static folder where all our static files will be residing and from where we want to serve all our static files. Okay, so this is about getting started. Here you can see simple examples of creating and working with express application. Then you will see guide here. In this guide, you will have detailed explanation of each concept. For example, if I go to routing, here you can learn about routing in great detail. You can see different route methods. You will learn about route paths. Okay, and if I scroll down, you will have other things like route parameters, how we can add route parameters. So we learned that in order to add route parameter, we use a colon before the parameter name, which makes it a route parameter. So this path is going to be constant in the URL endpoint, but for this book ID, the value will be dynamic. The book ID can be 1, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, etc. Okay, then you can learn about route handlers. If I scroll down, you can see different response methods. So we have seen response.json method for sending JSON response to the client. We have seen response.send method. Then we also have other response method like send file when we want to send a file in the response. We have send status. So it sets the response status code and it sends its string representative as the response body. Then response.download, basically it prompts a file to be downloaded. So we have all these response methods which we can use for sending a response to the client. Okay, then if you want to learn about middleware, so again from the guide you can go to writing middleware or using middleware link. Here let me go to writing middleware link, and here you can learn about middlewares in great detail. Okay, then you have other things also. So for example, if you want to migrate your application from Express 4 to Express 5, for that also you will have documents here. If you want to learn about error handling, you can check out this link. If you want to learn about debugging your Express application, you can check out this link, and so on. Then if you want to learn about API references, so for example, here currently ExpressJS 2 and 3 is deprecated, so they are not supported anymore. But if you're using Express 4, you can select this link, and if you're using Express 5, you can select this link. And now from here, you can learn about different APIs. So for example, on the Express object, we have JSON method, we have raw method, we have router method, we have static method for serving static files. So if you want to learn about them in detail, you can go through these links. Then we have application level API endpoints like app.local, app.mountpath, app.router. We have application level events like mount. We have application level methods like all, delete, disable, etc. So if you want to learn about them, you can learn about them from here. If you want to learn about request methods and properties, you can learn about them from here. If you want to learn about response methods and properties, you can learn about them from here. Okay, so this is the ExpressJS documentation from where you can learn about ExpressJS in detail. If you are stuck anywhere while creating an Express application, or if you want to learn about a topic in depth, you can come to this documentation and you can learn about it in depth. Alright, so this is all from this lecture and from this section. From the next section, we are going to start working with MongoDB database. So in the next section, we are going to learn about the fundamental concepts related to MongoDB, like how to install MongoDB on your operating system, how to create database, how to create collections, how to create documents inside a collection, how to perform CRUD operation on a collection, etc. And after that, we will connect our Express application to a MongoDB database. And instead of using a JSON file as our data storage, we are going to use a database as our data storage. So we are going to store all the hotels which we want to create inside a database. We are going to create all the rooms inside a database. We are going to create all the users who is going to use our application inside a database, and so on. So this is all from this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.